Hey everybody, welcome to this morning's close-up. Yeah, let's get closer. It's a close-up after all. The pink blanket is causing the color to go a little green on this here and there. Sorry about that. Anyway, it is Thursday, Friday. Oof, I lost track of all time. I'm pretty sure it's Friday after all. And it's the 11th. Oh, and that means today is the day that Port can have her sutures out. Assuming I can get it done. That would be nice. So there's a lot of kind of news, I guess, to share with everybody. None of it is especially critical. Everybody's doing great. That's the really good news. But let's start by talking about these kids right here. They're being really cute, but I want to show you what their mom is doing. Hang on. I still have the scales out from weighing these kids. Oh, of course, the minute I turn the camera, she just starts grooming herself instead of playing. She was playing quite a bit right there. Can I help? We played this game the other day. Okay, well, we'll let her play. This is Loom, of course. Hi, Loom. She really does want to play with somebody. But let's talk some more about the kittens for a minute. So, they are all doing very well. But I do need to tell you guys what's going on in case you've been watching the weight chart or in case you've heard some things on the Discord and you just want to know all the details. The bottom line short story is that everybody is great and healthy and fine. But the other night, I guess it was the night before last, I've lost all sense of time, trying to feed these kittens and take care of a lot of other things too that we won't get into all of it, just the kitten stuff. But our little boy here that we're looking at, who is Basketweave, he's the one that's up here wandering around. Look at that antenna tail. They are starting to learn to walk. Super cute. Anyway, I was in the middle of feeding, and Basketweave had a little bit of KMR come up into his mouth, and I don't even know what had happened, but I freaked out. Not just about the KMR in his mouth, of course, but I also felt like it didn't seem like he was breathing right. And I'm pretty sure in retrospect, could have just been mostly my imagination, almost entirely, I think. But I did flip out, and maybe some of that's just because, I could be eating and sleeping better and maybe wouldn't freak out quite as much. But we took him into the emergency vet real quick, and they had a look at him, and the good news is that they couldn't find anything in particular wrong. But, we all just take extra caution, and they take extra caution. And so you'll notice on the weight sheet that since we had him to the vet the other day, we're giving him some antibiotics just in case. And we're also checking his temperature on a regular basis just to see how he's doing. So he's getting a little tiny bit of extra care, and it seems like all that extra care is really, truly for nothing. But it doesn't hurt to do, and so we're just going to keep it up. He does seem like he's very happy, and everybody seems like they're very happy. So no concerns. I just want to let you know, what the extra stuff is that you're seeing if you watch our weight chart, which is published. By the way, if you don't know where to find the weight chart, it's linked all over on Discord, or if you go to the regular Kitten Academy live stream video, it's also in the description of the Kitten Academy live stream here on YouTube. So you can just look at the description on YouTube and you can find it there. So that way you can follow all of their weights all the time if you feel like doing that. And if you don't, no big deal. I also take some medical notes there, which some of you may or may not want to see. Things like how they're pooping, or if there's anything else that I'm the slightest bit concerned by. I'd encourage anybody that does want to go and look at that not to panic. If it's in there, it means I've got a handle on it. All right, so that's Basketweave, and that's what happened the other night. And that was, I guess it was the night before last, because I then I had to leave him there for a while so that they could find time to check him out fully. And I didn't get to pick him up until just after midnight. So it kept me up really late, and then yesterday, of course, was the day that Millet was due for an early appointment with his vet to check on his splint and how his pectus excavatum is doing. And there's a lot of news on the pectus excavatum front, which we will get to in just a minute. When we go to see him, I'll cover it, okay? But first, let's just take a quick look at all the little tiny babies. You just saw plenty of Basketweave, Basker. And then this one, as I think I mentioned the other day, we can tell them apart now by their tails, the brown tabby twins. And you can see the difference between the gray tabby, even though he looks a little brown here. I think that's a trick of the lighting in here because he is not at all brown in person. Basketweave. And then the actual brown tabby, very clear difference. There's two of those. They're very hard to tell apart, and so far I am doing it mostly by looking at their tail, especially now that their eyes are fully open and they're very close in weight. The one with the stripe all the way down the tail, like this one has, you see it goes all the way down the length of the tail, and it's solid. There we go. All right, we'll just look at it that way if you want to hold it that way. The one with the stripe that goes all the way down the tail is herringbone, so that's herringbone. And then the other one, sleeping right here in the middle, you'll see, doesn't have a stripe that goes all the way down. Instead, he's just got rings. Do you see that? And so that one is chevron or Chevy. And that's how I tell those two apart, because otherwise they're just so similar. There's nothing to hang your hat on. I mean, there's plenty of subtle differences. I think you can tell the difference a lot of times, but it's hard to find something that's so clear that you can really tell them apart. So there you go. The one with just the rings all the way down the tail is chevron. The rings are chevron, and then the one with the line is herringbone. But you do have to make sure you're looking at it the right way, because if you look at the bottom of herringbone's tail, you can see it looks very ringy, because it does have the rings. So you've got to be able to see it from the right angle too. A little tricky that way. Anyhow, there you go. So these two are over here trying to nurse. I still don't think that any of them are getting very much from her. Every now and then we do the weigh-in, and when I do the weigh-in, every now and then some of them will have gained weight in between the weigh-ins, which means they did get something from mom, but generally that is just not the case. So I think it's very rare, and I've got to feed them more. Oh, that reminds me. The other thing that the vet said, and this was just, I think, as an abundance of caution, just like everything that they had us do for Basketweave, she suggested smaller feedings more frequently, and I was already going smaller than what you would normally do, trying to be cautious. But I did reduce the size of the tube feedings just a little bit, but I'm trying to work them back up because I can't feed them every 2 minutes all day long. At some point, we've really got to raise the numbers a bit. So I'm trying to be extra cautious there too, though. So we're a little bit behind feeding them what you would normally feed kittens that are this size and age. But as long as we can keep their growth going at a reasonable rate all the time, I'm happy. And I am pretty happy. Well, now that mom got up, let's pull these kids out here in the sun. This color is really throwing me off a little bit. Probably throwing you guys off too. Give me 1 second here. Here's what we're going to do to take a good look at each of the kittens before we head out of the room and talk about everybody else. I'm just going to throw a little white towel over this thing. There we go. That might make a nice background. So let's take a look. We'll just start with Basket because he's right here. So this is Basketweave, and I love the sun out here. Beautiful, beautiful light. Look at that. So that's our little boy Basketweave with his big, healthy belly and his big, healthy shout. Yeah. All right, good. All right, I see some folks still came in a little late and still talking about what happened with Basketweave. I was saying basically nothing happened. I freaked out for no good reason and took him to the vet, and he checked out fine. That's the short story, and if you want the long story, you can rewind. So this one has the stripe all the way down the tail, and that makes this one, let's not get it wrong, herringbone. So that's herringbone. Hi, buddy. Little herringbone. It looks like a tiny little teddy bear with those ears. You've got teddy bear ears right now. So that's our herringbone. Another very healthy, round, fat belly. Good. Sometimes that's a sign of worms too, but we'll do regular deworming for these kids when they get old enough for it, which is coming up. So just in case, but I think they're all doing very well. They feel nice. This is our chunky boy then, Chevy. And yes, he's got the same kind of big old belly, which we like. Chevy. Come on, buddy. Show the camera your beautiful face, though. He's like, I don't want to do this. I want to go back to my nap. He's the first one that had his eyes all the way open, so he's just being squinty because he really does want to go back to his nap. But that's okay. We'll put him right back to where he was. And then let's see these two little napping siblings. I was going to say boys, but the gray one there is our one girl, Paisley. Everybody else is a boy. So let's start Argyle, the one that likes to complain the most about everything. Oh man, tube feeding him breakfast this morning. He put up such a struggle. And everybody else made it much easier than he did. Yeah, you are a little complainer, but look at his lovely. Can you see the blue in his eyes? I'm sure they'll start to show a little more in everybody soon, but the light was really picking it up for him. Do you see some of that? I hope you do. It's beautiful. Come on, buddy. I want everybody to see your beautiful blue eyes in the sun. He's like, I don't like doing anything you want anymore. Yeah, I know you don't like me very much right now, but trust me, it'll all be good in the end. And like I was telling him, you want to get revenge, grow up big and poop all over the room, okay? You can get lots of revenge on me that way. Just save it. Save it for later. Okay, buddy. So that is Argyle, by the way. I didn't say his name. That's Argyle. There we go. And then, oh, hi. Are you going to come out and say hello to me on your own now? They are getting very close to they're interested. They're starting to see what's outside of the box. Oh, we locked up. Hang on. Oh, okay, there we go. Little technical problem. Are we back? Sorry about the technical problem. I hope that we're back. Guys, let me know. Okay, I think we are. So, finally, the last one. I think I should reboot my camera before we start these to clear up that last little problem. That's the second time we've had one of those lockups. So, the final kitten here is our one girl in the group, Paisley. Paisley, why don't you show us your beautiful eyes in the sun, too? There you go. Well, you don't really want to play along either. That's okay. Do you have a spot on your foot, or do you have a spot on your foot? Oh, you do have a little bit of color there on your paw pad. I hadn't noticed that before. I said color. It's gray. Gray's a color. Hi, look at you. Yes, you're a very cute little girl. So this is, like I said, the only girl in the class. This is Paisley. And some people have talked about the fact that we've had so many boys at the Kitten Academy lately, that we've had, 2 classes of all boys, and now here's one with 4 boys and 1 girl. And people have wondered, how's our overall ratio? Is that normal? And the fact is, over the entire course of Kitten Academy, I think I saw this. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. We've still had more girls than boys. Now, the way that the laws of probability work, you can have a run of all boys for a while, and have a run of all girls for a while, and it's a bell curve distribution, I'm sure, overall. So we could even end up with a lot more girls or a lot more boys in the end, and that wouldn't be unusual or, mean anything. But the fact is, we're very nearly 50-50 right now, and if anything, I think we're still a little bit higher on the girls. So it does come out in the end here. Even though we had a run of boys, overall, we're right where you would expect. Okay, well, everybody's going to settle in with Mom now and do some nursing, so let's go see everybody else. I think you guys are going to be really excited to see Millet, and I know Millet's going to be really excited to see you. So, the thing about Millet is... Oh, first off, we got some oranges here in the hallway. They're out and running around. Hi, bud. This looks like Hal to me. Is this Halifax? It is Halifax. Hi, buddy. Oh, you got a big purr. Can you guys hear that? I don't know if you can hear that, but that's a big purr from a tiny, tiny Halifax. He's got food on his nose just like these kids always do. Oh, and here comes Sid. Oh, and we got another one. They hear me talking out here. They all want to come see me. This is Bombay over here with the black collar. Hi, Hal. I don't know what you want. Okay, we're going to come back to all these boys, so we'll leave them for just a minute. The only big news for them is that their neuters are coming up on the 22nd, which is not soon. They've still got over a week before they get that done, but then they will all be eligible to go home with their adopters. I haven't heard. I've seen that some applications have come in, quite a few, so hopefully everybody's accounted for, but I haven't heard any actual news from Dawes yet about whether they have processed those or have selected the applicants for everybody yet or not. So I'm sure I'll hear from them soon, but no rush. Still a couple weeks before anything has to be done there. Hi, bud. Okay. Oh, he's sitting up. Look at that. His front feet are completely off the ground so he can smell my finger. Smell my finger, buddy. That sounds like a prank. This looks like, okay, you've lost your collar. Can I tell Aunt from Rio? You look like Aunt to me, buddy. That's got to be Aunt. Wow, he's getting so big. Okay, I got distracted. We were going to talk about Millet. So Millet went to the vet yesterday for his update. And here's what happened. The vet checked him out and said, I've got good news and I've got bad news. Oh, here's Ari. Hi, bud. So the bad news was that all of his sutures had been broken by his activity. And so if we wanted to keep treating him, the option would be to start over with stronger sutures and do the whole procedure all over again. But she said the good news is she didn't think that was necessary. She checked him out. She thinks even though, there could be more done for him, she thinks that he's got enough of an improvement that he should expect a perfectly normal cat life. And if it were up to her, she said she wouldn't do any more. She'd just call it there and be done. And I said, look, it basically is up to you. So if that's what you think, we're going to say it's done. So Millet got his big old splint off, and now he gets to live like a normal kitten for the rest of his life, presumably. And that's good. He's certainly got tons of energy, and he seems fine. He's always seemed relatively fine, but we wanted to make sure he had the best chance for a long and healthy and normal kitten life. And according to the vet, he's got that. So we're all happy about it. He wants to run and play. Last night, he can run and play, by the way. He was only locked up in the bedroom for breakfast, so now he's going to probably be out all day and play with the oranges. There's a little bit of hissing back and forth. They haven't figured out this is the same kitten that they already knew, and he's being a little more active with them. But, hey, buddy, I don't want to follow you all around the house. Come back here so we can talk about you, especially not in the bathroom. Oh, for crying out loud. Kittens, I'm not going in there. It's not cleaned up. Everybody's going to go in there now. It's a bathroom party. Oh, all right, that's it. So, what was I saying? I was saying that Millet basically checked out with the vet. Again, you can still tell that he's got PE. There was never going to be a complete, he was never going to have a perfectly normal chest after, but, the vet does say that it is a bit of an improvement, and she thinks, like I said, he's fine to live a perfectly normal and happy kitten life. She did say, probably he shouldn't be an outdoor cat. He should be an indoor cat. But we want that for all of our Kitten Academy graduates. We always want indoor cats. So I don't think that's any sort of an unusual thing for him. So there you go. This is the one of the boxes for the kittens in Loom's Kittens, the box that she's in. I flipped one of them upside down in here, and Custard has been using that as a base to play in, and he really enjoys it. Anyway, Logan, I don't trust you up there on the bean bag, buddy. You're out. Come on, you're out. We're going to close this if you're going to come in here and hang out. The whole reason the bean bag's in here is so you don't get to it. Yeah, we're going to close this door after we're done with this close-up. Let's go downstairs and see if we can see Port or anybody else before we wrap up the close-up, by the way. We'll take Logan down with us so he's less likely to cause any trouble while we're not watching. Hey, there we go. So here is Port, the mom cat, and who is this, Puget or Rotterdam? Oh, it's got a collar on, so it's Rotterdam. Puget lost his collar, and I don't know where he lost it. It's hard to tell the two floofs apart. So, as for Millet's future treatment, I am going to follow up with our regular vet and have her check him out and get sort of a second opinion on how he's doing. But other than that, he's basically ready to be adopted out, which is what I still am hoping will happen. But I know that DJ is going to have some hard time saying goodbye to him. I do still really feel it's what's best for him. The only thing that might convince me otherwise is how well he plays with Custard, but it doesn't seem to actually help our Custard situation any. It just gives another outlet, and that doesn't seem necessary. And what I mean by doesn't seem to help the Custard situation is that even while Custard can spend all night wrestling with Millet, as he did, the very first thing he did in the morning then was go start trouble with Loganberry. Once he was able to. This one is Puget, by the way. So I don't think that keeping him for that reason is going to help us at all. It's just going to give me more work. And I think I've sort of hinted at that before. I haven't really covered it, but as much as we love Millet, I think he can find somebody that he's going to be very happy with, that has more time and love to give him. We're already spread a little thin once in a while, and I feel like the thinner we spread, the fewer kittens we're going to be able to help here. That's the basic equation there. So I'm pretty clear on that. I hope you guys understand, and I'd be glad to talk about it more when I've had more coffee or something and can maybe be a little more eloquent and express myself better. But the bottom line is, I really strongly believe Millet is going to be best served by finding the proper adopter. To that point, you can apply to adopt Millet and the other kittens on our website still, which is kitten.academy. Those applications go to the Danbury Animal Welfare Society. They check them out and decide who gets to adopt, I guess. That makes it sound so wrong, I guess. It sounds rough. It's not that rough, but they do. That's all through DAWs. So I would encourage anybody that would like to adopt a Millet to apply. I just know that DJ is going to want Millet to go to somebody that is just super special. And I hope he finds that right person. Because he does deserve, I think he deserves more than we can give him, frankly. I hate to put it like that, but he would certainly have a fine life here, but I think he can have a finer one, and we always want what's very best for these kittens. That's the important thing. That's really, I've said it before, that's really why we do the YouTube portion of Kitten Academy. We could foster kittens without doing all of that, but we do it because it gives us a better reach for the adoptions for these kittens, and hopefully that better reach translates into better homes. That's our hope anyway, or at the very least homes where the people have come to love these kittens and don't just sort of pick them up at the pet store. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I do think everybody in the situation is better served when they already have sort of a albeit one-way relationship with the cats before they adopt them. I think that can really make a difference. So there you have it. I hope I explained that okay without really having planned to get into even that amount of detail. There's also a little bit of conflict here between Millie and the kittens and stuff. That reminds me, this morning, so Loom I took the barriers off of her door so that she could see who was in the hallway, because she was still growling at the door when somebody was out there. And despite what I said, I think taking the barriers off of Loom's door maybe did make things a little bit wrong. I mean, a little bit worse for her. Because now she gets upset when somebody's just standing in the hall that she wouldn't otherwise know was there. And I think maybe she gets a little more upset So I may put him back, but that's not what I brought it up for. I brought it up because this morning Millet was standing out there waiting to see me, and she was getting very upset at him, but worse, he was getting way more upset at her, and he got his tail all poofed up, and he was hissing and spitting and not backing down, which might actually be another indicator that he's not the best choice to live at the academy for the rest of forever, because he does seem like he can get along with anybody as long as they get along with him, but as soon as they show him some sass, then he turns on the full retribution. You know, he's, oh, you don't like me? Then I don't like you even more. He's that kind of a cat, at least so far. We'll see if that holds up, but that's the impression I have of him, and that's certainly what he was doing to Loom this morning was, oh, well, if you don't like me, I'll show you. I'm gonna not like you even harder. That was play right there. I know that looked a little rough, but that was clearly play. He makes it really clear when he's not playing. Oh, and if I didn't say, he did wrestle with Custard all night long. They were together in the master bedroom with me. They played. They had a lot of fun, each of them. And there were only a couple times where one of them went too far, and I think they backed off okay. So what was all that, buddy? Okay, that's enough. Yes, you are the winner. You are the winner. All right, well, thanks for watching the close-up. I know I kind of talked about a bunch of stuff there, and I probably didn't do the best job of it, but there's always next time. If you feel like I said something that was strange or incorrect or just didn't make sense, let me know, and I will try to remember to cover it again with a little more planning and eloquence next time. Certainly, I meant well in everything I said, and I hope that that comes across. That's it. If you want to keep watching these kittens or the ones upstairs, you know what to do. So go do it, and we'll see you next time.